watching Time Warner Cable's Local Edition. My name is Brad Pomerance. We are joined by Vicky Santos. She is with the Mexican American Opportunity Foundation, which is what?
Which is a nonprofit organization that actually started in 1963. And the vision of the founder back then was to provide community services to the Latino community.
Literally.
Obviously, we've evolved and changed since then, so we offer services to anybody that walks in through our doors to achieve that American dream.
I'm not that good at math, but I think 1963 means that you're now in your 50th year.
That's right. We are celebrating our 50th year this year, and we're very excited. As I mentioned, or I was going to mention, that we have a whole host of services, one of them being our child care services, job training. We have literacy programs. We also provide services to our elderly community. When we first started in 1963, we did job training skills.
Sure.
And so when we noticed that, we thought that a lot of males were going to come in and start, getting job training skills, but we noticed that it was females.
Interesting.
Which was a big shift.
Right.
And so the organization saw that as an opportunity to apply for some child care funding, because one of the big barriers that these Latino women had was, where are we going to leave our children when we start to work, when we get that job? So we started that. Now we have over 38 sites across California that serve children from 0 to 5 years of age. And we provide, obviously, quality childcare. But in addition to that, we have an education component where these children are prepared for the first day of school.
And that education component, I presume, is through Head Start?
It's actually through our Head Start program, our state preschool, as well as our general full-day childcare program.
I want to talk about Head Start briefly because I know it is a big portion of what you do, and the program is seen as one that's been very successful through the years. As you know, recently the federal government issued what's known as the sequester, which is cuts across the board, and Head Start is being impacted by the sequester. How is that impacting your program?
For MAOF, it is a 5% reduction in next fiscal year, which equates to a loss of 65 children that we will no longer be able to serve in our community.
And what does that mean? What can be done? Because I have recently spoken with many members of Congress. I was in Washington, D.C., and it was a very significant issue. There was a lot of frustration about the fact that they could close the loophole that dealt with air traffic controllers, but when it deals with children, we still see these cuts to Head Start.
Yeah, and it's very devastating because, as you know, children, especially the youngest, are most vulnerable, as of course are seniors. But if we don't advocate for them and we don't, make sure that we call our representatives and say, this is not okay. We can't cut services to the most needy community members, which is our children. We don't prepare them for the first day of school. They're going to be our leaders, in the future. And what would we look like then?
Right. So what can we do if we want to support MAOF's mission, be it through Head Start or otherwise?
Well, one of the ways that you can support, obviously, we're always accepting volunteers.
Okay.
We also accept donations. If you go on our website, there's a box there for
MAOF.org.
For donations. But in addition to that, we could all work together and advocate within our communities to write letters to our local legislators, again, and pushing them, saying that things have to change, that this is not okay.
If you can, Vicky, and I ask you this as you are celebrating your 50th anniversary as an organization, when you look into the eyes of the individuals that benefit from MAOF, what do you see? Be it young, be it middle, be it old?
A lot of the services that we provide obviously benefit the families in general. I see families that are very thankful, that are very inspired, and they're hopeful. And I know that without the services that we provide, they wouldn't be where they were today. And I think that attributes to a lot of the good work that we do.
You must love your job.
I love my job.
Congratulations on 50 years for the Mexican American Opportunity Foundation. My name is Brad Pomerance. We thank you for watching Time Warner Cable's Local Edition.